Companies Act, Section 199, Recovery of Remuneration in Certain Cases. Section 199 of the Companies Act, 2013 addresses the circumstances in which a company is required to recover remuneration from certain key individuals, namely the managing director, whole-time director, manager, or chief executive officer, CEO, in cases where the company's financial statements need to be restated. This section is primarily concerned with situations where the company discovers that its financial statements were affected by fraud or non-compliance with legal provisions, which necessitates an adjustment of previously reported figures. The section ensures that directors and other executives do not retain remuneration that was based on inflated or incorrect financial data. 1. Restatement of financial statements and the role of key personnel. The first part of this section clarifies the conditions under which the company must recover remuneration. Specifically, it applies when a company is required to restate its financial statements due to reasons such as fraud. This refers to intentional misrepresentation or manipulation of financial data, which can involve deliberate actions like falsifying records or inflating profits. Non-compliance. If the company fails to comply with the legal provisions under the Companies Act or any rules framed under it, and this non-compliance results in inaccurate financial reporting, the company may need to restate its financial statements to reflect the accurate position. A restatement of financial statements typically involves revising the company's financial reports to correct errors or misstatements that may have been made previously, whether intentional or unintentional. This revision is often done to present a true and fair view of the company's financial position. 2. Application to managing directors, whole-time directors, managers, and CEOs. The provisions of Section 199 specifically target individuals in positions of significant responsibility within the company. These include Managing Director, the individual responsible for managing the day-to-day operations of the company, often holding significant decision-making power. Whole-time Director, a director who is employed full-time by the company and plays an active role in its management and operations. Manager, in cases where a company designates a separate managerial role, the term manager can refer to individuals with oversight of specific business areas, often with a degree of executive authority. Chief Executive Officer, CEO, the highest-ranking executive in the company, responsible for overall management and the implementation of corporate strategies. These individuals are particularly relevant because their compensation packages often include remuneration, bonuses, stock options, and other incentives based on the financial performance of the company. 3. Recovery of excess remuneration. Under this section, if the financial statements are restated and it is discovered that the remuneration paid to any of these individuals during the period in question was higher than what would have been appropriate based on the restated figures, the company is required to recover the excess amount. The company will be entitled to recover remuneration paid, any salary, bonus, or other remuneration that was paid to these executives during the period for which the financial statements are being restated. This includes stock options or other forms of compensation that may have been awarded based on inflated financial results. The recovery will be from the past or present directors, managers, or CEOs who received such excessive remuneration during the relevant period when the inaccurate financial statements were in effect. 4. Impact of restatement on remuneration. The key principle in this provision is that the restated financial statements serve as the basis for determining the correct remuneration for these key executives. If the originally reported profits or financial position of the company were overstated due to fraud or non-compliance, then the original remuneration paid to the executives may have been unjustifiably high. In such cases, the company is required to recover the amount that exceeds what would have been payable based on the corrected financials. The provision ensures that company executives are not unfairly rewarded for periods during which they may have misrepresented, either intentionally or unintentionally, the financial health of the company. 5. Legal and financial implications. Section 199 also emphasizes that this requirement for the recovery of remuneration is in addition to any other liabilities that these executives may face under the law. In other words, this recovery process is without prejudice to any penalties or legal action that may be taken against them for their involvement in fraud or non-compliance. This means that in addition to having to return any excessive remuneration, these individuals may face further penalties or be subject to legal proceedings under the Companies Act or other applicable laws. For more details, contact us.